Okay. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the members only stream. How's everyone doing? Nathan and Jose and Victor, APF Dennis and Mr. Clown, Tracy and Kaylee. Absolutely have to start the member streams with Charlie. Hi, Jokernut. Hi, Mitchell. James. Get Charlie's pets out of the way. Hi, Patrick. Hey, Christian. Nice Saturday. It's a little warm here. Not as bad as it has been. Hey, Christian. Hey, Colin. Hey, Derek. YouTube is failing with the notifications. So this time, I don't think I screwed anything up. I didn't change it to unlisted. It's just members only. That's why there's not a chat overlay. No chat overlay because it doesn't work on the member streams because it doesn't have access to the stream. So, how's it going, Tracy? Hey, Victor. What else do we have around? Hey, Sanity. So yeah, we're gonna play with a diode laser today. So I was at Murph and having a great time and got to meet many awesome people. And one of those is Daniel at Modbot. And I've chatted with him a little bit in the past and we were talking, and on the last day of after the show, I was talking to him and some of the Lightburn crew about laser cutters and what the recommendation is for what I want to do. Just adding another tool to the workshop type thing, right? So during part of that conversation, Daniel was very nice to mention that, hey, I have this diode laser that I'm not using. I'll send it to you so you can get your feet wet on the setup. So that's what this is. So, hey, Kilo. Hey, Tiny Truckin'. So, I have very little, basically zero experience with these. So this isn't in any way, shape, or form a tutorial or a whatever. This is a hangout and try to figure out how this thing works. I've done a couple of very small test things, so I'm not completely lost. But this is not intended to be a any kind of tutorial. So we're just hang out and have fun learning how to use it. I'm gonna talk a little bit about safety because I'm really concerned about this type of laser because it's unenclosed. There's a little shield here that goes under, but that is not enough to take care of any reflected laser. So I tried to put goggles on Charlie, especially for the thumbnail, and he was having none of that. So no, so we are going to talk quite a bit about safety. I have an enclosure for this that I purchased because I am really concerned about the peripheral, someone walking in another part of the house or Charlie's looking at it. So there is an enclosure. I have no idea if it's any good, but I bought it off Amazon and we're gonna assemble that and use that. And it also, I bought a 4-inch ducted fan with some piping so I can send these fumes out my door that's right here. So, exactly, Tracy. This is a tutorial on what it's like to be truly new to lasers. That is absolutely right. Will Charlie chase the dot? Yes, Charlie loves chasing laser dots. He will not be chasing this one. Yes, the fumes are a big deal. So this is not going to be a tool that stays in this shop. This is kind of my quote unquote clean shop. Although the printers put off some level of fumes, that's what this shop is for my printers. The other garage has the MPCNC and table saw and drill press, that kind of stuff. So, Jose Ferreira, I do not have a fire extinguisher actually. I don't have one. What brand was the laser? So this is a, I don't remember what, this is the Offero Laser 2. I don't remember what the brand was, or if that is the brand. Offero 2. There was some other name. So, hey, Pushing Plastic. MD Roberts, this is a 5-watt laser. Hey, Matt Lamb. The stronger diodes can burn a blind spot off a lot longer reflection than you think. Doesn't seem likely. Yeah, we're gonna take every reasonable precaution here to not even get a reflected laser that's not been filtered. I'd be really concerned about laser add-ons for 3D printers just for this. These, I want to stress that you can't get your eyesight back if these can do some serious damage. So, and where are the sharks? Yeah. So I've got a selection of just things that we can use to try. I just went into the other garage and grabbed stuff. I mean, we can even try, it's not actually engraving, but it's, what is it called? You can mark stainless steel and that, but it's called, shoot, what's the name? It's called something else. I'm drawing a blank, but I'll remember it at some point. It's not really etching. It's, what do you do when you anneal? You're annealing the surface. Just the heat is annealing it, and you're seeing the color change because of that. Cats with lasers are better than sharks with lasers. I'm sure Charlie would have a grand old time if this was strapped to his back and pointing in front of him. Hey, Sean. It is not Core XY. So it has 2 steppers on the front for Y and then a stepper here for X. It does not, they say it can move like 18,000 something per minute or per second. But from what I see on reviews, it's not practical to go that speed. If I'm getting a laser, it would be an enclosed CO2 laser, maybe a K40. Yeah, my plan is to get a 60-watt CO2 laser to do a little more playing with. Really be able to cut like ABS panels and stuff like that. Hey, Maker Source. Never let a cat to catch the red dot. Yeah. Derek, $10. Thank you. Voron LSR1. YouTube notifications broken. Yep. Cloud42 had a paint that let him put text on steel. Yeah, I saw that. But it also did it without the paint, right? His laser. He has one of the more powerful, right? Is it a more powerful version of something like this? Hi, Charlie. I don't think you'll have enough power for annealing color. Yeah, we'll see what it does. We will see what it does. I'm just trying to give Charlie all the pets so he'll go lay down and go to sleep. So you'll have a laser and also already have some CNCs. Yep. The image in my mind is to have the tools to make things. But really what I like to do is use the tools, not necessarily what the product is. Build the tool, use the tool. Found this on the 3D printers bay. They make a cutter, 10-watt upgrade. I saw where, I think the over 5 watts, it seems like they combine multiple lasers into one focused point. So like there's a new one, I think Tripod's Garage did a review on it. It says it's a 20-watt laser, but it's 4 lasers focused onto one point. So not really prepared to try to do anything like paint glass and etch glass, because I think you're supposed to be able to do that. But use tools to make other tools. That's exactly right. So cutting, like I use my MPCNC most for cutting panels for printers. I did use it to cut my rep rack brackets. An aquarium pump makes a lot of difference. Oh, air assist, right. So we won't be doing air assist on this. I'm not prepared for that. So I think a couple of things I want to do is I noticed that the belt tension is not even on the Y axis on this. So I think we're gonna go in and adjust that before we do much of anything. Before we go there, did anybody, I know you're here, but did anybody notice a big announcement from today in the, on the Voron Discord? So after a very good, useful beta, the first release candidate for Stealth Burner and Clockwork 2 is out. So what do we think of that? So if you haven't seen that, thanks to Wiley, Bad Noob, all the beta testers, Dunnar for the manual, Kilo for getting a GitHub set up. Oh, hi Charlie. You are right in my way. This is what he loves to do. I'm trying to use the mouse and he's sitting right over it. Just before the stream started. Like, not a ton different, Tracy. There are some tweaks and some aesthetic tweaks as well. That's okay. Folks can multitask, right? He caught the mouse, yes. I didn't think of that, Kilo. Okay, let's see what we do here. So this particular laser, and let's turn it over on this side so I'm not hitting the wires. Maybe let's just turn it upside down. Move this to the center. So this has adjuster belt tensioners underneath the XY joints, I guess you'd call them. So I'm just gonna kind of feel these and, they're thumb screws. I don't actually need a wrench here. So I'm just feeling between these for what feels like even tension, and then I'm gonna set it on the bench here and run it through. Looks like this one could probably be a little tighter. Hey, Squirrel Brain. Hey, Stuart. That seems even. Yep. So I'm going to call that good. It just felt a little loose to me before, just from what I would think on a 3D printer. So. Okay. So before we do anything with this, I want to assemble the enclosure. I know it's going to get in the way of seeing a lot of stuff, but really we got to go safety first on this. I do have glasses that came with it, and I bought some that are a little more comfortable off of Amazon. Now, paying attention to the wavelength they're effective at, and then a rating, I don't remember what it's called. It's like an OL or something rating. And I think you want that as high as possible, and about the highest you can find, at least on Amazon, is what's called something 6+. You see a lot of 3s and stuff for like laser hair removal protection, that kind of thing. But for these, I've heard you want like 6+. And I don't know exactly what that means, but. So let's see what we have as far as an enclosure. Let me put this aside. I've got this thing, a Calm Grow laser engraver cover. Indy 6+, thank you. I forgot my coffee. I'm gonna be right back. It's on the coffee. Thanks, I'm muted. I'm back. It has metal. I thought it was plastic. The reason I chose this enclosure is it has a exhaust port going out the side instead of the back. So I should be back now, right? Yeah. Some instructions, a cover. Seems like a pretty good size. According to the product description, it is large enough. So, installation step, connect the L and W tubes. Long, we got 37, 29, and 27 millimeter or centimeter tubes. So while I'm going through this, some of the other things I've been doing, I'm doing an experiment with YouTube. I don't know if anybody noticed. I've never really cared to put turn ads on my channel, but I was talking to someone and realizing the other day that YouTube has absolutely no incentive to publish or to show my videos anywhere if I don't have ads on. So I'm doing an experiment where I turned ads on for at least week-old videos and at the minimum level, like skippable and none in the middle of the video, that kind of stuff. So if you've seen that, that's why. Okay. Like assembling a tent. It seems like it, yeah. So, very similar to their printer enclosure, just shorter and with a tinted instead of clear panel. So, L equals W. Connect the L and W tubes to extension tubes. Okay. This must be an extension tube, and that's an L tube. Hey, Adam S. Hey, Adam, I have no idea myself, but have you received any communication or estimate on the Trident kit that you won? Turns on ads to get his company's channel promoted. That has some logic. Yeah, I don't know what folks think of that. Whether that's, oh, these are marked. So there's W, these had an L. I figured it was a good experiment and hopefully not annoying to folks. Since I'm not turning it on for new videos. Have you done any playing with Arachne slicing? I have not. I keep meaning to download the Prusa Slicer Alpha or whatever level it's on right now. But I have not. Okay, so these are done, and then we got a bunch of these. They're saying early August. Okay. That's still in line with what they were saying previously. So H are those, and then what are these? Those probably go there. Okay, so this looks pretty simple. We've got a W. Let's see how all these go. All of these go whatever direction there, so. Okay. This is W. Hey, Brian. Ads don't make differences. Most people use ad blocker anyway. And that's, I don't know, Christian. I've been looking at trends on the subscriber or how many people subscribe. So we'll see. If it's not going to make any difference, I'm just going to turn them back off. So it looks like this goes something like that. Put ads everywhere. You may as well try to get your channel to support itself. Oh, I'm not, absolutely not even close to worrying about the channel, the ads revenue. Revenue has zero to do with turning them on. I'm just curious if it'll promote my channel more. This is a lot taller than I expected it to be. I hope I don't completely ruin any ability to actually show things on camera. It probably makes sense to leave the ads on, not financially, but at least it might give Google some motivation to promote. That's what I'm thinking. That's exactly the mindset I'm in. So these are W, but these go just these short guys on the front. I'll just call this the front, I guess. What we got? Should see the printer enclosure. It's massive. Yeah, I can imagine. This is a whole lot larger than I thought it was going to be. I didn't really put a break out the tape measure or anything. Hey, John. Hey, Jaeger. This could be a tent for Charlie, but it's definitely intended to protect Charlie. Holy moly. Just leave them on. People don't like ads. Knows how to avoid them. That's what I figure as well. So. Hey, Mr. Clown. Okay, so the frame, super easy. Cover the ends with 17mm caps. Do I have some additional caps in here? I don't think so. I didn't have any caps for this. Oh, there they are. Got some caps here. Protect that sharp edge. And then this whole thing goes over it. Whoa. Oh, yeah, this is massive. Let's get my coffee out of the way so I don't spill it. This looks like it might be reasonably effective. What I was really looking for is like on the edges here. I don't know. No, that's not a better view. Like down here, like just the bleed through. If someone's off to the side, they can't see the laser. It fits exactly on my countertop here. And then we've got a, there we go. This opens up. I get some access inside. And then I've got a, now does that go out or in? I think I'm gonna put this out. Just for now. And then there's some fasteners to hold it together. Put a webcam inside. Yeah, I can put this guy, I can sneak this inside here in a bit. Let's see, what do we have here? Phillips. So Phillips screw through here and here. Oop. Just go like that. Can you fit your webcam tripod? I'm gonna try. There we go. Oh, focusing on me. Let's leave this a little loose. Let's see. Yeah, when I was, oh, there's some Velcro straps inside here to tie this to the bottom of the. How fast can we make it go? It has some unrealistic, I think, spec. Okay, let's see if I can get a better angle at this stuff here. There we go. Surprised you didn't swap the Phillips for hex head. I'm just opening this. I had no idea what it had, so I'm not gonna grab other fasteners if it came with them. That one went right through. We can make it go 42. That's probably the right answer. Radiation ruins webcam chassis over time. Well, this isn't going to be a regular feature on the channel. This is just playing around. So I'll put the webcam at risk if we can get any kind of view. Silver inside is a bad idea for reflections. It's a texture, so I would imagine, I bet you it scatters it pretty well. You can see this, and then you can see these Velcro straps. Here we go. Are we putting clipper on this? No. That is that. So let's put this to the side. Wherever I put it, it's going to get copious amounts of Charlie hair on it. Then I bought some exhaust fan ducting parts. So I have a 4-inch fan here, a little duct fan. I'm gonna plug that in over there. And this is gonna set pointing to a screen door that's right there. So hopefully we can just get all the odors and everything out. That's true. Charlie will be sitting in it. Off topic, but are the red black jacks speaker jacks power? So I used to help a friend run a company around Mega Squirt, automotive aftermarket fuel injection controllers. And as such, I did all the work at this bench, some electronics repair and assembly and stuff. And I had this set up as a 12 volt. These are just 12 volt outputs. So I could plug in different things, automotive, so 12 volt. Since just a few months ago, or a couple of months ago, I swapped it to 24 volts. So now I can plug things in here, check fans, power a controller, stuff like that. That's not the worst enclosure that I've ever seen. For most hobby use, it's probably pretty solid, but I don't like the interior either. Yeah, we'll use it pretty much closed up. So now this is a, I think 8 feet. Yeah, 8 feet, 4-inch tubing. Worm clamps. We won't be activating the laser, well, without glasses on. I'm gonna wear glasses when we're working on this. The big thing I wanted was to keep like Charlie from jumping up here and looking underneath and having something leak past. I think it'll be okay. We'll make sure Charlie isn't around when we're actively doing stuff too. Yeah, I'll be using these, Kelvin. I will be. So hopefully this says it's 4-inch. See if we can get it to squeeze around. 4-inch tube. This might be fun. What direction does this spin? Let's find out. There's no switch on it, so when it plugs in, it's turning on. There we go. Okay, so this is out. Did it have that on it? Oh, there we go. From my use of this before, it doesn't turn on as soon as I apply power. Okay, so we're going to start here. I'm going to try to squeeze this around this. Oh, I'm going to want to hose clamp on here first and just kind of stretch this around. Little screwdriver maybe. There we go. Oh, lost it. Ah. Thread it, yeah. This is just very... Let's try. Trying to catch just the edge of everything first, and then, like you said, kind of thread it on. Come on. You have a special and expensive? No, I don't. It sounds like something I need. What tool do they make that I can use for that? There we go. Now it's on. So now we'll put this on here. I don't have the right ES15 bit for this. In fact, no, that's too big. 7. There we go. This is better. Okay, so that's on there. So this is then going to sit that way on the other side of my monitors. So let's set it right here for now. Then put this. This on here. Oh, there's tape there. That's probably why I was having a tough time. There we go. That opens it up quite a bit, I think. There was tape on the other side, too. Hey, Jorg. Now let's take this tape all the way off. Oh, that holds the end. So let's put that like that, and then fold it over. There we go. There are crimpers used by HVAC folks to add those ridges. Okay, there's that. Oop. Ah, I'm doing all kinds of stuff with the mouse. Now this is gonna go on here, and I can't really do the twist it on, but it is a lot looser fit. At least it seemed like it. Ah. Okay, where did that tool go? There it is. Tighten this up. Hi, Charlie. Charlie's back. Okay. That is on there. Now I'm gonna sneak the other end of this through here, so give me a second. So here, coming through, trying not to spill all the junk I have underneath the monitor out of camera view. There, and right like that, pointing straight out the door. Let's see if this is very loud at all. Okay, that's on. I can feel air being pulled through. We are good. How many people do we have here today? Oh, that's good. For members only restricted and YouTube not doing proper notifications. We have what, 66% of people liking? Okay, this is gonna go like these. That's a great view, isn't it? No, it's not, but we'll figure it out. So let's put this, I can't put this aside. That's staying there now. Let's sneak the laser underneath. Gonna go like this, but let's just set it like this for right now. And let's plug it in. Now I know that this doesn't turn on a laser when I turn it on. So we're just gonna, just so I'm not blocking the view, we're gonna do some setup and move the, let's talk about, before I cover it, let's talk about a few things. There is no automatic Z adjustment on these. So you adjust your focal point by sliding this up on the carriage with a little set screw. I printed a 2.8 millimeter tall spacer to use because you would set this and then put that spacer underneath the lens here and then tighten it, and that should put it at the right focus spot. Oh, and I am scrolled up on chat, so I have not read any of this. Cat hair all over, yes. There's going to be more burning cat hair smell than material. The cover really shows, yes, it does. I noticed that. It's all over. Hi, Charlie. What's up? He really wants the attention. So you set your workpiece down. Say we're going to engrave on some piece of plywood. You set this down, put your spacer in there, and let Charlie walk all over it, and then tighten it up. And that's should be the height, the proper height for hitting the focal point to that laser. Yes, it's fixed focus. You set it purely by raising the tool head here. Any news on the missing trident? It's still working its way through the UPS systems. We had a little glitch. We invoked Murphy. Murphy was invoked, but I'm hoping not catastrophically. It shouldn't be. Charlie just wants pets. He's not ready to sleep yet. Let's get all the hair all over this, because this is almost a kind of a sticky texture to it. It's going to, that hair's on there forever. Charlie appears to, we'll see if he approves. We'll see if he approves once he can't come up here once it's running. Murphy's paw. Yes, Derek, there was an announcement. Finally, right? You get the cat's hair off with those tape cloth roller things? Probably. Probably. Okay, Charlie, I'm gonna set this down, which means you have to get down. Oh, what am I missing? I hope I'm not missing anything important. Okay. Let's hook this up. So I've got power, and I have a USB cable that I need to untangle. This is gonna go right here. Just barely reaches. So for software, I've used Laser Gerbil. That's free software that is compatible with it. I used it to do a quick engraving and a couple of cuts that I don't have the samples of because I forgot to bring them home from work. I was showing someone. But you can also use Lightburn. And we're gonna play around with Lightburn on here as well. I've not used Lightburn on this, so. Not to any, I mean, I tried something, but I haven't used it on this computer, so it'll be a fresh setup. So, I've downloaded it, I've installed it. Okay, Charlie, are you ready to go? Lay down. Because I need to turn this over. So you get to go down to your favorite spot down there. Here, let's go ahead and turn it on. So for this thing, you hold down the power button for a second, and then it's on. And then, let's see, I had downloaded the Lightburn, so let's bring up, let's just start off with Lightburn. I know I can cut something with Laser Gerbil. Let's just start Lightburn. Let me get it started up and see what it does. So this is just asking about, we're gonna start a free trial. Now I'm planning on purchasing this, but I wanna make it work first. This is asking a few things. General usage notes. If you've never run Lightburn, the first thing you need to do is set up a device type. If you need to reset your device connection, simply open the device menu, then hit OK. Hover the mouse, okay, basic instructions. And now it's asking for, I don't think I can do anything with the main window yet. Nope. Careful if you move it when it's straddling the enclosure. Okay. So it's on everything. So let's just find my laser. Devices connected via USB. We'll scan for, okay. So I've got some scaling issues, I think, going on right now because I have a 4K monitor here and a not 4K monitor here, and I'm moving windows back and forth. So this may be hard to read. Let me see if it corrects over here. No. Let's say next. And I don't even know what it's trying to say there. Oh, it found one. It found a Gerbil device that's 390 by 390. Let's add that device. I'm gonna just, the name is, this is fine. Okay, I need to close this. Let's try something else. Let's close this. Let's, it's not gonna let me do that. Do you know your controller? I know that it's Lightburn compatible and it'll find it and it'll work. Here's the problem I'm running into right now. My shared screen is my 4K screen here. The program is starting up on this, what do they call it? QHD? 2560 by 1440 display. It won't let me move the program to the 4K display until I've run through that startup process, but I want to show you that startup process. How can I fix that? How I would agree to it. Eula, I can't read the text. Yeah. How can I tell this to open, get this to open on the other screen? Let's try something. I'm going to turn that off and I am going to change this other monitor to my main screen and see if that totally screws everything up. Make this my main display. Okay. The problem is I think it needs to open on the display. If I move it is what I'm having trouble with. When I move it from one display to another, it's not rescaling. So I just set exactly what Colin's saying. I just set my 4K monitor as the primary. Let's see if my screen's shared. Okay, that's still working. So let's try starting it up now and see if it starts up on the other display. Oh, this is promising. No. Oh, everything is completely, this is all completely screwed up. Look at that scaling. Ugh. Wow. That is all wrong. What do I want to do? This is, I'll describe what it's doing. I don't know what else to do. Let me switch the displays back. I keep meaning to put a 4K display here so I don't have that problem. I can just run two 4K displays. Set the 4K display to a lower resolution. Can I do that effectively? That's probably not a bad idea. Let's try that. Can I effectively change this to the same resolution as the other one? 2560, no, it won't go to, it'll have to be to 1920, but at least that'll be the, least get through this. Let's see if we can get through this. Wow. Hey, Grant's Auto Essentials. For the EXE or shortcut, properties, compatibility, change high DPI settings. And we can try that. Properties, compatibility, change high DPI settings. Let's try that. Let's try that. That's a good idea. Let's go back to this and change that back to its recommended scaling. Keep changes there. That's good. So let's try starting up the program now. Let's see what it looks like. What does this look like? Hey, there we go. Who suggested that? Mr. Clown, thank you. Let's see, are we looking? Okay, so we are going to continue using that license. Here we are. So find my laser. Oh, it's still doing some weird stuff there. Let's see if we can get past it. Add that device. We're gonna name it that. And front left, auto home your laser on startup. Oh, there we go. No, we don't want to. That teeny tiny button there. Next. And finish. And now we have it there and we're gonna say, okay. We're gonna move this program over here and I'm gonna close it off of this screen and see if it opens on that next time it runs. There we go. It doesn't look any different, but I think this is what we got. I think this is what we get. Okay. I want to see, let's see if we can go to tools. Where's the settings? Device settings. Oh boy, this is all terribly scaled. This just got an update. This is tough. I don't know how to get around this. Let me try something else. Let me try a different approach to this. Let me close this and close this. Let's give me a moment here. Actually, I need to start it back up. I need to move it back to my other screen and close that. Let's turn all those scaling settings back on. Turn the revert the changes I made there. Let's start this up and see what it looks like on my other screen here. See if things look right. Yeah, I can see stuff. So let's now go into OBS and let's just go here for right now. And let me see if I can add let's just bring up this display. Let's try this, and we are going to grab this one. Whoa. Okay. That is not going to work. Ugh. That's not going to work. Nope. Any suggestions on how we can make this work? Where'd my chat go? Got all my stuff. You can change the high DPI scale override to application system enhanced. Let's try that. Is there, so there, you're saying is there's probably a better setting than I tried already. Here, why don't we do this? Here's the application settings. And if we go to compatibility and change override high DPI scaling favor, which one do you think I should use? Let's try this scaling thing first, because I'd rather keep my setup, and this could be useful later. Override high DPI scaling behavior by application. Use this setting to fix scaling problems for this program instead of the one in settings. Use the DPI that's set for my main display when I open this program. Let's try this right here. Okay. I'm gonna open the program and it's gonna open on the wrong screen. I'm gonna move it over here and close it and now open it again. Now if I go to the tools, device settings, it's still not scaling right. So let's try a different setting. Close that. I thought we were going to be learning how to use Lightburn, not learning how to run it. Let's see. Here, let's try this. I want to undo this one and leave this one for when I open the program and see what happens. Random question regarding design on floating screw holes. Why do you prefer cross bridge against chamfer? Cross bridge gives a larger surface area for the seat of the screw to tighten against. That's just not making much of a difference. Let's try one more setting here. Let me try. I open this program and then let's go system. Okay. Let's try this. Oh. There we go. Nice. There we go. We can see it. Is that window resizable? Yeah, a bit. Let's see if we can make this larger and make sure that the inset isn't there. Awesome. Now, what I've heard, one of the things I saw is so we can test things, we can enable the laser fire button here. and I'm gonna say laser on when framing so I can see where it's moving around. And I won't do this without glasses on. And there should be, or I thought there was a setting, and it might not be here, for how much power when firing, when just testing. Let's say okay here. Is the thing on? It looks like it's communicating. And where is the fire button? Some lasers need a min PWM to actually fire. Yeah, but where do I set that? Does anybody know where we set that? Device setting. There isn't a min PWN here. Cut speed. Tab pulse width. What does that mean? No pointer offset. I think everything is 0, 0, 0. Let's just draw something here so we can see. I think I can just draw that, right? So we have something that we can work on. Where's the fire? Just remember, I've never really used this before. What is machine settings? Go back to device settings, or maybe just settings. What if we said beginner mode? What does this look like when we do beginner mode? That didn't seem to change much. I don't want beginner mode though. Hi, Berserker Dirk. Enable laser fire button. Laser on when framing. But I thought the little tutorial I saw, I thought it had a little minimum PWM to fire laser, but I don't see that here. Origins here. No offset, no Z-axis. You can open a move window. Where's the move window? Where is the move window? This is just, okay, let's go window, move. There we are. Move window. Fire. And there's the power. Awesome, thank you. So let's go something like that. And let's grab my, let's see how tangled up my extra camera is here. See if we can see anything. We're gonna raise this up. And we're gonna put a little piece of something there, and I'm gonna get glasses. We're gonna see if it actually fires. And we are going to hit the fire button. Is that fire? What did it do? G-code locked out during alarm or jog state. Okay. It's in a alarm or jog state. What does that mean? Do we have to set? Okay, everything is... There's no homing on this, so I think there's got to be like a set origin, set the machine 0. So that's what I just did. So let's see if we get a fire now. We're gonna... Okay. Nope, nothing. Right? Yep, still. G-code locked out during alarm or jog state. How do I get out of that? Yeah, I think you're right. Let's try. If I try to move, we're locked out. What is this alarm state? Where does it... There isn't a home. You move it, it's relative positioning. You set it in a spot and then say, this is 0. And I thought that's what this did. Let's clear the origin. What is set finish position? Set the position the laser returns to when finished cutting. Defaults to the origin. Okay. Set origin. Now move. Move from machine 0. Let's do that. Set origin. Move. Let's find out. Oh, you guys aren't actually seeing what I'm trying to do here. I'm playing around in these settings, trying to set origin, trying to tell it where it's at. Let's go to device settings, and all the homing stuff should be turned off. Where do I turn off any other homing stuff? Auto home on startup is off. Return to finish position. After completing a job, return to this location. Shift plus frame, and you can see if the part is correctly positioned and if the object to be engraved fits on it. Pressing the shift key activates the laser and you can see the driving direction. Okay. But I just need to be able to move the thing. How do I get it to move? That's all Z. Origin is there. No offset. No auto home. Let's turn the laser off when framing because I want to try what you're talking about there, 3D Druck. So we can frame without worrying about the laser turning on. And you say hit shift and frame. And it just goes to a G-code locked out during alarm or jog state. Need to power cycle to clear. Well, I haven't set anything up on the out of bounds. Had to be off if I see this correct. Okay, let's try that. G-code locked out during alarm or jog state. I don't know what that means. Let's just hit all the buttons. I'm lost. Right-click device button and reset. Where's the device button? Where's the device button? Does anybody can point me to the device button? What about this later, but CNCs have machine home position. Is there any switch like emergency button that is not installed? No. I've had this working. I just don't understand enough about it. I've got a backup plan. If this doesn't work, if this gets too frustrating, I've got a backup plan so we can play still. I know that Lightburn will do everything I need it to do. And I know that I'm missing something here. So my backup plan is to use Laser Gerbil, because that's what I've actually done stuff in. Lower end right is a device button. There's devices, but if I click on this, it just takes me to this. See, I don't see a... Don't see a devices button. I mean, there's here, but all it does is take me here, and if I can't right click on it, it doesn't do anything. Hi, Carl. Oh, you're online. You could try G0, see if it moves. Zero. What? What is this? G0, G28, G91, X0? I don't know about that. I don't know. Is it in the jog state? I don't know what jog state is. I don't know what that means. There's no jog anything. G0 is rapid. Show last position. What does that do? Everything I do here just says some people say type $33 equals 750. Well, let's see what that means. What does $33 mean in Gerbil? $33 GBRL. Because Gerbil, oh, well, that's not what. GRBL. Make PWM frequency changeable. That doesn't seem like it has anything to do with it. What happens when you get position? So if I get position, which is where? Show last position is right here. How do I get position? Oh, there it is. Get position. Oh. Set the origin. Nope. Get position. Move. Nope. Clear it. Get it? Move it? Hey! Oh, it didn't do it. I am completely lost on this. Move from machine 0. Yeah. Control X. What does that mean? Soft reset. Change start from to user. Start from to user. Where's that? Move to center of page. Start from is absolute right now. And where is that? Oh, start from. Okay. User origin. Okay. So if we set the origin, and I want job origin to be down here, right? Now can we move? Nope. Clear it. Set it. Move it. Nothing. I shouldn't be in the stop state. Let's turn it off. And I can't easily check Discord messages. I cannot easily check Discord messages. I just don't get this. Yeah, Windows is seeing the laser. It's communicating with it. Otherwise, we wouldn't be getting this stuff. This is all information from the controller. Here, let me see if I can. See if I can get to my Discord. G-code locked out during alarm or jog state. Let me see what this says. Let's go here. See where this ends up going. If the homing cycle is enabled in your settings, disable it, which I did. That pound or $33 equals 750. Let's see. Okay. No. I have no idea. We're gonna switch. I'm a little frustrated. I don't get how this program works and it's not intuitive. So I need to educate myself on that. So let's stop being frustrated and let's switch to Laser Gerbil. Let's see if it has some scaling issues. Yeah, let's go back here. Bring up all my windows in the correct way. I've got things, there we go. Okay, let's play around in Laser Gerbil. I think we are, what is this button? Connected. Are there any warning lights on the controller? No, nothing is warning. Some machines are default to the lock and need to unlock every startup. I will learn how to make Lightburn work. I know it is the right program to use for this. Just the feedback I've gotten from people. I'm not having fun trying to figure it out right now. So I probably need to watch a couple of videos and tutorials. There's probably some fundamental thing that I'm missing. So let's see here. So we have this program and we should be able to unlock it and now do stuff. So if I put on my glasses here and blink the laser, it should blink. Let's see. It blinked. Laser Gerbil showed his lock too, but their button is easy to see. Yeah. Switch to Mac and use iBurn. That's interesting because I have a MacBook. I may play around with iBurn. So if I don't think, the thing that is a bummer about this program is I can't just draw something on here and see what it, and have it do something. I think I need to open something, and let's just go with, say, the Voron logo. Is there an emergency button or key lock? I don't know. I've gotten past Lightburn. We might play around with it once we get something working, but I was stalling too much there. Oh, John. That definitely went over my head. Definitely went over my head. Mitchell, I wonder if you need to send that same command in Lightburn. I don't know what the command is the problem. The interface seems a little, probably very powerful, but a little busy. Hey, Golden Jaguar. Said the login there is showing the same $X command that was suggested for Lightburn. Oh, okay. Oh, $X. Oh. But we need to, it wouldn't even let us move. Can we move here? Let's find out. We're gonna move, here. This is fine. Move 10 millimeters. Oh, I'm in a different window. Let's, yeah. This is just working. So there's something I'm missing. You think it's that $X that unlocked everything? Let's find out. Let's find out. If we can move on, the Lightburn seems more fun to play with. It's just getting it to work. Can I move this over? Here we go. $X will unlock it. Well, I've got some, do I have more scaling issues here? No, it looks like it's okay. Let's move this over and go move, or console, and let's go $X, right? I closed Laser Gerbil. I closed it. $X. Okay. Now if I go to move, can I just move it? Or do I need to set an origin? Or get the position? Why can't I make these larger and have it stay? Oh, hey! We're moving. Okay, let's get some glasses on, just in case, and let's do a fire. Hey, there we are. Let's turn it off. And that level of fire didn't actually do anything. So now if we go in here and just draw something, it should frame it, right? There we go. Thank you. That was a big help. Now the question is what part of the interface will do that for me? What part of the interface will do that for me? Okay, we have this little piece for setting the focus. Let's do everything from about here. So I'm gonna leave this camera under this in the corner, and I think that'll be okay. Let's put this, oops, we're gonna have to rearrange here a little bit. Oops, okay. Oop. Let's get this set up and then we'll put the camera under there. See what we got. Move that that way. It's this way. Make sure the wire here hopefully can move around. PF down to $25. $X for the win. I appreciate that. Okay. So there, now let's get the little camera up in here. See something. See what kind of view we have. Like that. Close this up. We still get a view. We're gonna try cutting from about here. Probably a reset alarm button somewhere. Okay. Just like that. What is this hanging on now? Put that through there. Looks like stop button unlocks according to a YouTube video that's shorter than the ad it starts with. On a side note, it shows the same machine you're using. Okay, I'll play with that. But homing the machine should also unlock it, but there is no home on this. So let's see here. Lasers and CMOS image sensors don't mix. Even concert club lasers can fry the sensor. We'll give it a try. If it fries this camera, it's for the cause. Set a piece of cardboard here. I think we're good. Right-click devices button, but there isn't a right-click on that. It didn't give me any thing. One reflection can kill the webcam if you're unlucky. For the sake of you folks being able to see anything, we'll risk it. I have a second one of these cameras if it completely fries. I could put my GoPro in here. Wouldn't put my GoPro in here. Let's go straight to, let's delete this. Did you reset the Z height? I did not. That is a good point. How do I actually delete what's here? There we go, delete. Worry about my monitors. Should be good with the specular reflections with camera. Just don't shoot the camera lens with the laser. Hover over the devices, see if it gives a tooltip. Right click to reset the current device connection. I right clicked on that many times and it didn't seem to do anything last time. Are we still, okay, we're still working there. That's working. Killing the camera serves to reinforce the idea you can only lose your eyesight once. Yes, that is true. Okay, you're correct. I forgot to set the height here. So I'm gonna pull this open and grab my little piece of stuff here. I'm gonna turn this cardboard over because it seems to have a bow in it. That's better. Put that right about there. Set this down. Tighten that up. Pull that out. I feel like there's quite a bow to this, so we're gonna go at the higher point of it. There we go. You can use your GoPro. There might be a new model coming out soon. I need to get my GoPro incorporated into my setup here. I'd like it if the field of view is correct to be an overhead camera, but I still haven't figured out my multi-cam link issue. I haven't taken the time to try to figure it out. Oh, so I think, what can we open here? Can I open an SVG? No, I remember, this doesn't do SVGs, it does DXFs. So how do I get that? Well, let's just do something simple. At least we can do a hexagon. Let's do a hexagon. Oops. Raise your cutting material up on something to get a better cut. I'm just engraving right now. I'm not intending to cut all the way through this. I just want to make a cut. I want to make a mark. Did you try $X to fix the cam link issue? I did not, but maybe I will later. It allows SVG. Is there a different, maybe, import? If I import, I have, oh, there it is. Oh, there we go. Okay. So let's take, oops. Let's select this and delete it. Let's select this and move it down here. What's the working distance for this laser? I'm not exactly sure. I think if I move that right there, it should just cut it in this corner, right? So if I what's the working distance for the, yeah, I don't know. If you have enough cameras and setup is sorted, being able to cut to Charlie's napping spot would be amazing. One day I'll be there. So I think with this, oh, and I didn't show you any of that. So I imported this SVG and I moved it to the origin spot. And now I should be able to frame this. So I'm gonna hit frame and it should give me an idea of what I'm gonna see. Let me do that again while I'm watching it. Yeah, I think that's pretty close. So I'm actually gonna shift the workpiece over just a little bit. So in the software now, when I want to go to cut, how do I say what power to do? If I'm gonna start, how do I tell this? Let's select this and cuts and layers. So we're gonna do just the line mode. How do I edit that? It's not letting me change any of this. How do I actually edit this? Oh, I've got another window over here. I had another window on a different page. This will start a Voron laser cutter rumor if you're not careful. Nobody's working on a laser cutter. So I want this to be a lot slower. Let's just go like 1,000, and I'm just guessing. And maybe, let's see what happens at 20%. Or maybe, I don't know. Let's go 50%. There are tests, I know there are test patterns you can run. I think they take a little bit of time for different materials. You'd run it per material, and then you can see what powers and speed rates give you. I don't want to make the area full. I just want to do an outline. One pass. And say, okay. So now that's changed this. Now, someone said, what happens when I do shift? What is this? Now shift and frame? What does that do? Let's find out. Let's look here. Shift, frame. It did the same thing as just clicking frame. Never run a laser at 100%, we'll kill it quick. I don't know if that's true with these diode lasers. Are we sure it's true with diode lasers? I'm pretty sure that's true with CO2 lasers. Okay, let me put my glasses on, just in case. And I'm not gonna be able to see because I want these to actually be on. Oh boy, I really can't see. Let's see if I can put my glasses over the front of them. And, that's perfect. I can actually see really well now. Except I can't see where the mouse is. Where is the mouse? There it is. Okay, are we ready? Let's go. It's doing something. It's making marks. A lot of diode lasers are overdriven, so max power shortens their life. Okay. And they're not cheap, really, for what they seem to be. Woohoo! Woo! And I get a little bit of burning cardboard smell. Well, let's see what we got here. It definitely did something. Definitely did it. I don't know how deep it cut. That was 50%. Let's see. I mean, it did a cut. Looks like at least through the first layer of this, looks like 2-ply cardboard. The height variation, I'm sure, is not ideal for this stuff. Okay. So someone said we should space this off for better. And let's go ahead and try to cut this all the way through, just for no tuning. So I have these offcuts from when I made my rep racks. So I can set the cardboard on those. So I think, let's see if we can get a decent enough. Let's move this out of the way and set the cardboard up on these. Okay, square that up a bit. I'm gonna try cutting all the way through first and see what it takes to do this in one pass, I think. So raise the tool head and then move it back over here. Now I got my little spacer. Watch with corrugated cardboard, it can catch fire easy inside out. Outside without air assist on. Yeah, we'll keep an eye on it. We'll see it on the camera. Oh, gotta make sure when I set this down, so right about there, should be there. And let's move this to that as the origin. Half speed, same power. I think it's gonna need a little more because that wasn't anywhere close to through the second layer of cardboard. So we're gonna go probably half speed and a little more power. Got glasses. I'm just gonna hit the frame button to see if we're in the right spot. Oh, I want to reset the origin because that moved quite a bit. So I think I want to go to move and I want to set the origin right there or clear the origin or get the position. I don't know, one of those. And let's see if that changes it. Yeah, that's correct. So that's on the edge there. Derek Sheedy. So one of the things I did play around with was a shaded version of Charlie. We'll do that because it turns out pretty good. Thickness of the material will affect the focus dot. Absolutely. So this is an engraving optimized diode laser. So its range of focus is very narrow. The little bit of playing I've done with this, all in laser Gerbil, this is all new doing this in Lightburn. The little bit of playing around in that was, I was able to cut all the way through with this though. So, focus to the center of the material. I think it's wide enough to work okay with this. So we're gonna give it a go. But to do that, we're gonna go back to the cuts and we're going to edit this. We're gonna half the speed, and I feel like we're gonna need to bump the power up to get all the way through. Now let me put the glasses on and let's do a little bit more here. Let's see if we can get just a little closer. Okay, glasses and double glasses. And are we ready? Let's go. Let's see, what else do I have? Oh, that's not what I wanted. Hit the wrong button. What is going on there? What did you put in there, Mr. Clown? Was that a, oh, those glasses? Okay, so that was one pass. I wonder if it went all the way through. I kind of doubt it because I feel like something would have fallen through. What if we run it one more time? I'm gonna run it one more time. You think it must have gone through? Should see the laser on the ground. I can't really, it's hard to tell if it's, oh, there it goes. That one went through. I don't know if the whole thing is. Is this the new stealth burner? Okay. Switch glasses. Let's find out. No. Look at that. So I've got that. Nothing on that side. It's just barely starting to poke through right there, and that's probably what we saw is some really close. So that wasn't enough to go all the way through. Let's try slowing it down. Let's go half again and see what happens. It is nice and clean, the cuts. I'm really pleased with that. Maybe, like someone said, let's move it down like a millimeter. Just to try to get it closer to the focal point in the middle of the thing. Let's try that. Slow it down and leave it at the same power. So still got a decent view here. Could be focused, try lowering. Yep, so I lowered it like a millimeter. Maybe some diffuse light was getting through, but not enough to burn. Yeah. Let's go in here and back to the go 300 and maybe 2 or 3 passes. Make sure it goes through. Oh, without doing actual tests, like test cuts, we're just playing. Is this an Ali kit? I'm not exactly sure where it came from. Daniel at ModBot sent it to me. We were talking at Murph and he was saying that this would be a good introduction to lasers because I do want to get a CO2 laser at some point. So let's try that. And what we're gonna do is do a frame first and make sure we're in a good spot. Yep, we're still in a good spot. And put on the safety glasses, the double glasses, and start. So we are going to continue the Ender 3 to switch wire conversion tomorrow with a little bit of a twist. I'm going to, this isn't ideal from a YouTube and content creation point of view, but it is ideal from my schedule and my project load point of view. So we're going to combine the Stealth Burner and Clockwork 2 assembly with putting it on the Ender to switch wire. Oh, that made it all the way through. I am going to stop that because it is burning pretty good. Let's see what this looks like because that was too much. That was too much and I didn't want to just keep burning. Anyway, tomorrow we're going to continue the Ender 3 to switch wire, but we're going to incorporate the Stealth Burner install, and that cut really clean. This lost some because it started doing another pass after it had already fallen through. But that's a cool cut. I'm gonna do that again. But with fewer passes. I don't know if that was the second pass. Did anyone pay enough attention to know if that was the second pass or the third pass? We're gonna move this over. Let's see what kind of view we have here. It's pretty good. But over to about there. Some of that might have been refocusing it too, make a much more efficient cut. That was the second pass. So did it cut all the way through on the first pass? Let's do only 2 passes here. And maybe drop this. We dropped the speed as well. Maybe drop that just a little bit. And see if we get all the way through in 2 passes. Now on the move, I think I need to clear the origin. And now I can frame it. It fell out on the second pass. Okay. Yep, that's where I want it to be. So let's try this again. Oh, I do need both glasses. Start. So there's a little less laser power and same speed, but only 2 passes. Definitely see it reflecting out the bottom. You can see that on the edge there. There must be a setting. I'd like it to do the entire thing in the entirety of 1 pass before it does the second pass. There's probably a setting to do that. I'm getting hints of burning cardboard smell, but it's not bad. I think this hose setup is really helping. Now the closest one, the small one close to us, that's obviously settled down. So I think it's at the very least getting most of the way through. Oh, the camera focus is having all kinds of trouble. Love the smell of burning cardboard in the morning. Yes. And settings to set which lines, otherwise it could cut and drop the outside of the logo before doing the inside. Yeah, I'm sure all of that is configurable. I'm so happy you guys figured out the $X thing, because I was pretty frustrated, but I really wanted to use Lightburn for this. I'd love to get a kit like this, but to be honest, I'd use it for a week, then it would probably just gather dust. I have a few things that I want to play with this on, so. There was an optimize button somewhere on the UI. Maybe it does that for you. Could. Okay. So let's see how close this was to finishing. Oh yeah, that's the backside. It's basically there. Look at that. If I would have left that at 75%, it would have cut through. The issue with doing all passes, if it partially goes through and drops, then any of the first cut shapes then move. I can see that. A little bit of burnt cardboard on my fingers, but that looks good. It's crisp. Look at that. You ever do acrylic, do it reversed? You can fill with paint and wipe the excess away to make it look good. Okay. Very cool. Okay, I think we're done with the Voron logo. Let's play with something else. 2 passes at 70%. Yep, for sure. Okay, I don't think I'm gonna need these blocks for the next one. I want to try... just like pieces of scrap I have. I wanted to try something that I can set on my work area here. And I'm gonna straighten this out. So my thought was, as something to try on this, is what is, you can only do dark acrylic with laser? Yeah. I think you can also paint and at least etch other more clear acrylics as well. You just can't cut all the way through them. So we're gonna delete the Voron logo here. Let's see, where's my mouse? Delete it, and I think we can add text, and we can change our fonts. Let's see, do we have the play font? We do not. It doesn't have your regular, the system fonts, or is it under Google Play? Oh, they don't have it. Can you add a font? Well, that's a bummer. What font should we use? Do we have a suggestion on a font? Doogie? Height? Don't want 25. I want like 10. Maybe 12. And let's make that bold. And let's do something like this. So I want to find, where can I find the actual text for the extrusion multiplier calculation? Where can I find that? I know we had it in the ERCF manual. How long ago was that? Voron Design Docs. Hey, that's a good reminder. Let's go docs.vorondesign.com. Extrusion. Where do we go? We want extrusion rate. Oh, it's not done. So we can't go there. Let's go to the Clipper docs. Might want to use text for that. What's that? The Google font is called Product Sans. Well, I wanted the Google Play font because that's what the Voron font is. No, I want the one for full steps per rotation. No, I want the one where you're calculating your rotation distance for like your extruder. It's rotation distance equals like, what is it? Expected rotation distance divided by whatever. So this is the reason why I want this, is because I don't have it on top of my head. I want to engrave it on something and set it on my shelf. Right? I always have to fumble to remember what it is. So if I engrave that formula on something, I can set it on my shelf and always have it handy. So if someone has a good wording, brief, but makes sense wording for that, go ahead and type it in chat. The one where you extrude 50 millimeters of filament and so rotation distance equals current rotation distance times expected divided by actual. Oh, Nathan, that's a good point. I might not have installed it here. Google Play, font. Google Fonts. I may not have installed it. Play. Let's download the family. Open the file. Where'd it go? Install. Close that. Install. Close that. Close that. Okay, it should be installed now. Update rotation distance in the extruder section of the configuration file using the formula new config value equals old config value times actual extruded amount divided by target extruded. So if we go here, now I think I probably need to restart the program to see it, right? Oh no, there it is. Play. Cool. It's from the Voron documentation under initial startup. Docs.voron initial startup. Where is that? Under the build? Initial startup. Verify temperature, verify heaters. End stop check, homing check. All the motor configurations. Bed locating. Probe testing. PID tune. Z offset. Fine tuning Z height. Extruder calibration. New config value equals, here, let's just do this. Right here. Let's use the Voron, the actual Voron text. Voron docs text. Let's try this. And we might play around with the formatting, but let's do that. And now we're gonna go here. And can I paste that? Okay. That's really long. So I wanted to Let's go. Let's try this. That. And paste that. Oh, no, I want to select this down here. This is really large, so I probably need to change this size. Let's go down. What do we got? Parentheses are not required. You want to mess with the formatting? Right. So I was going to do this, and I want it to, let's select this again. I want it to fill it. How do I tell it to fill? Or maybe we'll just do whatever it ends up. Old config value times, and then I'm going to come back here and grab actual extruded amount and put that here. And then select this and move this right here. And then I'm going to grab target extruded amount. Oops, need the T. And put that here. I was thinking about doing it this way. Line that up, and then we're going to draw just a line right there, like that. And then we're going to select this one, and move that up just a hair to be in the middle. What do you think? In mode, select line and fill. So if I go here, where is mode? Where was mode? It's just, I'm pretty sure they have alignment tools too. In cuts. Where is cuts? Oh, okay. So mode, fill, there's no line and fill. I agree. I think I need to change that to an X. How do I edit that text? How do I edit that text? Here? X. And let's put an extra space there. Maybe a couple of spaces. All right, like that. What do you think? Do 2 layers? Okay. So here, I can fix that. Let's delete that, and let's just do a very small rectangle right here. Something like that. There, does that satisfies my OCD. How about yours? Now, true satisfy. Let's see if we can move this. Oh, it's let's go there, and can't seem to get that. Where's the grid spacing? Can I change the snap to? There. Let's go there, because then at least it seems to be about centered on the line there. And then this one, I want to move this up just, there we go, right there. Let's do that. Now we have a line. What looks better? I know it makes a difference doing line versus fill first. Is this the start of my merch store? No. I want to do one more move. I want to move this just a hair over. Maybe one more. There we go. Maybe even one more. That looks good. Prefer rotation but distance instead of config value. Well, this is, it gets longer. So let's go here. Let's make this, just make this shorter by say new value equals old value and just get rid of that altogether. And that actually makes this whole thing quite a little more compact too. Right there. How about that? And now I think I can select all of this, move this over a bit, like that. That looks pretty good. I like it. That looks pretty good. So now how do I add a layer? Mind using the alignment tool on the toolbar? I've got it aligned pretty well. You think we should omit the extruded words? We can do that. Then we want to like this and make this shorter. Select all of this, move it right there for the fraction part. New value, old value, there we go. Duplicate and use selecting. How do I do that? I don't see a duplicate. Do I have to duplicate the whole thing? That'll get that a little closer to there. Now we're a little closer to even spacing around there. Okay, so is there a layer window you said? Cuts and layers. How do I add a layer? If we're operating in the same object, we can add a sublayer in the layer window. Is there a layer window I don't have open? How big is my card? Let's just try this as it is. So how do I add a layer? Double click CO. Oh, different window. This thing keeps opening on the wrong screen. So we get a new window. And now, can we add a layer? Colors at the bottom are all different cuts. Oh, so if I go here, that doesn't do anything though. Plus button on top right. Where's the plus button on top right? Do I just duplicate? Plus button on the top right. I'm feeling blind. In the menu you closed. Okay. Let's bring that menu back up. Gotta bring it over from the other window. Oh, there we go. Plus button. 1 is line, 2 is fill. I have no idea how fast this is going to need to be. I mean, let's just play around. Now, if I say OK, that should show. There's 2 different tabs here. Is that what I've got going? I want this probably about the same for the line. I don't know. Charlie hair. Are we good to give this a go? We don't have air assist, but I don't think it matters. 1 pass each time. The line, we're going to go 1 pass. And we can just rerun it if we see it in it, because I should be able to see it, and it's going to be, should be clear on whether it is dark enough or not, and we just rerun the same program again. So let's close this up. Pass count for the line set to 2 now. No, it should be set to 1. Yeah, here's 1. Everything's 1 pass, and just see what it looks like. Hit the monitor button on the top menu. Is that preview? Oh, okay. So it's going to go through, and let's make this faster. It's going to go for the outside. The space after, I see that. I do see that. Let's fix that. And then it's going to go and fill it all. Okay. Let's say okay. And let's go in here and select these. Move this 1. Does that look about right? The snapping is just, here, let's go there. How does that look? A little better? Maybe do a calibration cut with different speed and power on each material later. Yeah, absolutely, Nathan. There are cool calibration cuts to do. do fill first. And that was nicely intuitive. I was able to drag those just because I thought that's what I should be able to do. I don't know if we're down a tick. I think the snapping doesn't let me get exactly lined up with that. Okay, so we should be able to frame it now. Okay, so I'm not in the spot that I want to be. So let's go over to, I don't know exactly what I should do, but I clear it, set it, get the position. I don't know. And that will probably move it. Yeah. That puts us right here, right in the middle of my workpiece. There's probably a preference for the snapping, yes. Let's go for it. I'll have to do it. The machine has some pretty good rubber feet. When I was doing some experiments before, it didn't move. So we're gonna go for it. So let's go ahead and start. John, that's kind of funny. If you give me a second, I don't want to leave this while it's cutting, but hold that thought. I can smell it, and it seems to be going. That's actually gone. It seems to be going reasonably dark. So let's see what this ends up looking like. This will take a little bit. Is there an estimate on time? Oh, I can adjust speed and power on the fly. When you start it, oops. When you start it, you get some controls to adjust speed and power on the fly. It's gonna take a while. But considering it is, we're dealing with fire, I'm not gonna go grab the thing I wanna grab until it's done. It does seem kind of deep, huh? And I'm pretty sure this would look better with some air assist. Does pressing the Alt key when dragging disable the snapping? I don't know, but I'll try it. Fill in line is where tuning comes into play to make the horizontal infill lines match with the outline. Okay. And if this is deep, it might take a very light surface sanding to sharpen things up. John, is it better to put blue painter's tape down so you can clean off the burn marks easier? Maybe. As I said, I have no idea what I'm doing. We're just figuring it out. I bet you that this should be what, about 5 minutes total, you think? It's been a couple of minutes, maybe 6 or 7 minutes. Let's see if I can get a... Oh, it's going to be very readable. Just looking at it close, it's going to be nicely readable. Yeah, it's definitely, the autofocus is having fun. But hopefully, I mean, this is better than just staring at me or staring at the outside of this case, right? It'll slow down when it's doing the full line. Yeah, it looks good. Little charring around the edges, but I mean, we're burning something. Charlie Cam when? Charlie is sound asleep. This is cool. That is absolutely true, John. How are we keeping track? This has been about what, 3 minutes or so? Is there a timer on the screen? Oh, it's been 5 minutes. 5:07 now. When tweaked, it will be a lot faster on the infill. Yes. There is so much more. What is it doing now? Okay. That looks really good. That is super usable. It's probably a little too dark and we could have done this in less time, but could have bumped the power and raised the speed, right? Charlie is not noticing at all. And it's barely, this little fan exhaust setup I've got going here. It was a good choice. Yeah, I'm really pleased. Hi, Charlie. He's awake. So before we finish the stream today, I do have my logo, I mean my avatar or whatever on YouTube and stuff that we'll do, and it ends up looking pretty good. That's one of the things I'd played around with using laser Gerbil. The day I got this, I cut that Voron logo, I did the Charlie logo, and I did one more thing I'll show you. It's just really slow. This could have been way faster. Probably could have got the same or very similar effect by just bumping the power and increasing the speed by a lot. Ooh. We're what, 7.5 minutes in? I wonder if there are any other things I can put up here that are just kind of reminders. Because that's what I had when I first knew I was going to get this, I was thinking of things that I could do on this stream. And this was the biggest idea, was the... Increase the power and speed, yes. I just bumped this wire. I don't know if I bumped the whole machine a little bit. I hope not. This is how we learn. No opportunity for using the ES15 today. Not really. Not that's worth it. But it is fully charged for tomorrow. Berserkadirk. Stealth burner, we announced it on Voron Discord. Hold on a second, I gotta let Charlie out. Yep, a posted announcement out there. Add some stealth burner LED to the laser. Yeah, we looking good? Was that why you were a minute late? Yeah. Well, I mean, it was, anybody could have posted that. I was ready to post it. And it was looking like it was going to happen. So I waited just a second to get it done. I meant make a sign for reminder. Add some. Put the flashlight back on, camera focused in better on text. Oh, let's see. Oh yeah, look at that. Look how sharp that is. Oh, we try not to at everyone. We just, an announcement should, if you have announcement notifications on, you'll see it. Is it powerful enough to engraze the anodizing on the extrusions, or do you need the CO2 for that? I don't know. Oh, that looks good. I did bring out some a scrap extrusion, but I don't know if we're gonna get to that because we're gonna be at over 3 hours today as it is, and I don't want these to be that long. We'll do the, I want to do the Charlie picture engraving. I think that's fun. So does that mean I need to reprint 3 stealth burners now? You don't need to. The last beta, there are very, very few changes. There's an aesthetic change and some very minor other changes between it. You probably won't notice a difference, but yeah. About stealth burner, anyone know if you could use any pin from an SKR 1.4? You can't use any pin. It needs to have the, what is it, the level shift or whatever. There's ways to make other pins work. I couldn't vocalize how to do that. I've been shown, and I'm gonna have to do that on my Duet 2, clipper controlled Duet 2 printer when I get stealth burner on it. But. Okay, well now that stealth burner is official, Voron 0.2 when? Soon, trademark. You would be able to fill with paint and sand back, yeah. I don't know how deep this is going to be when it actually, how deep the engraving is. Cloud 42 is able to strip the anodize off aluminum on his 10 watt D1. Okay. Personalize the solid fork. When is mini stealth burner coming out? When 0.2 comes out, which is soon, trademark. Great timing. I finally have all my FFC parts. I was just about to start printing stealth burner parts. Perfect. Asked earlier, but I think you missed it. Do you know if the LDO kit PCB can be swapped out for a stealth burner PCB using the same wire harness provided by LDO? I think the 14 pin is correct, but check. Heart K has some good documentation on the changes you may need to do. It's not much and it's not bad, but check. Soon, trademark should be the next sign. There we go. That's a good idea. Thanks, but let's search for it. I could also change my case lighting to WLED. Yeah. Are you actually, are they NeoPixels you're controlling, or are you just turning them on and off? What is the state of toolhead boards and such for the stealth burner and things like ERCF? I don't know. Most of the, well, I guess I should say most of the toolhead boards I think have support for the extra sensor in the toolhead for ERCF. So I think all of the stealth burner versions I've seen have it, but check. I mean, everybody can make their own variation or their own take on it. Oh yeah, about 14 minutes. You have to watch with diode lasers. The power rating are not normally the optical power. Right. Hi Steve, unrelated, but what's the bearing block on stealth burner switch wires X carriage for? So for switch wire, the previous iteration of connecting the carriage to the MGN12 used a block that bolted to the MGN12, and then the carriage bolted to that block. That is looking, I am super pleased with that. We'll see what it looks like, especially once the outline goes through. But I doubt we'd even need the outline. Someone's already posted an issue on the repo. What is the issue? Do you have a quick summary? We got probably another 5 minutes on this, I guess. Oh, now it's doing the last. That looks really good. And I'm going way too slow. I have looked through the FADOS BMS files, and when I open the front part STL file for BMS 7, it is a BMS 6 inscription on it. And there is no visible difference between... Oh, okay. Hey, thanks for being here, Nathan. Have a good night. So the release, if you notice, it's a release candidate. So, and we did that specifically for things like this. We're going to miss something. And this is perfect. If someone has identified something this early, it'll get corrected, and a full mark tagged release will happen in about a week or whatever, or whenever it has to happen. But this gets all the files, all the CAD out there. People can find things like this, and then it'll get tagged as a full release once we feel like those have stopped. So is the bearing block no longer required on switch wires? Just don't want to print any unnecessary parts. The bearing block is required on switch wire. The bearing block is required on switch wire. Now, there may be a mod where someone has fused that with the other parts and maybe use longer fasteners or something like that. But right now, you need the bearing block. Almost. This is nice. It's an easier view for me to watch the output from the camera. See it better than that. I was deliberately not looking at the manual because I always find something and don't want to be. Oh, that's Charlie again. Give me a second. Oh, come on. Steve, did you post your setup in Discord for Nero 3D stream tonight? Oh, I did not. I did not. Yeah. It is an absolute, if I got it cleaned up and for a future thing, absolutely. Even just like 20% more cleaned up than it is now. But it's pretty bad in here. I'm in between and trying to get prepped on many projects. Almost done with the fill, and then it's going to do an outline, which should be just a minute or so. So Patrick, the yesterday's had to be cut short, so he's continuing it today. Hi, Charlie. You can't see anything over here, right? Okay. Did your friend finally take... Yes, the green 2.4 is gone. He took it, he's printing with it, seems to like it. And now I'm starting on the orange 2.4. I mean... the orange 2.4. This is Polymaker Orange ASA. That's what they selected as the accent color for this one. And this is the new version of Stealth Burner. Is there any noticeable improvements with Clockwork 2 over Clockwork 1? Yeah, there's some pretty significant improvements in just about every area. Hi. Okay, so where are we at? Now it's doing the outline. So it's not Prusament ASA. No, they didn't want a neon orange. They wanted just a real orange. Nothing too bright. Nearly there. Will there be a changelog over the last beta so we can see what changed? I don't know. That's a good question. Is there a way to add a Bowden coupler to CW2? There's not a lot of room. You would probably... what would you have to change? I don't have a piece on it, and I don't have a good picture of it in my head to what if there's enough room. I'll be excited about Revo once we get Obsidian high flow nozzles. I will be excited about Revo more when we get any Obsidian, because that's what I'm waiting for. But high flow versions would be nice too. What's needed to go from CW1 to CW2? At the very minimum, you need two. Aside from other miscellaneous fasteners that you probably have extras of, you need two M3x50 socket head cap screws for the bottom two bolts, and you need the 36mm pancake, the round pancake with the 10-tooth gear on it. Those are the two things you need at a minimum. Then you NeoPixels and a couple of miscellaneous fasteners. Oh, it's done. Awesome. Might have been better without the line. Yep. Oh, I can take those off. Oh, that was messing with my eyes. That looks great, just as it is. That is awesome. What coupler do you use on CW2 if you have ERCF? I don't know if that's decided yet. I don't know what people have done with the mods. I don't know. I'm not sure. That looks great. I am very happy with that. I'm going to give that a very light sanding and then probably cut it to be even around it and then set that somewhere. It's kind of a thick piece of wood. Just scraps from the garage. Oh, I wonder. That's a good question. I wonder if that's there was a varnish coating on here. Let's see what happens if I just. Nah, it's not really. Well, maybe a little bit. Maybe quite a bit. That actually helped quite a bit. Never mind. That's a little bit of IPA is what I used. Yeah. Full head PCB heat sets are in the stock STLs. Oh, oh yes, tool the spots for the heat sets. I was hoping you weren't saying that the heat sets themselves are in the model, accidentally exported. Do a test fire on the aluminum extrusion and see if it engraves it. Oh, I can do that test fire with a higher output, huh? Let's just see what happens, I guess. Yeah, that's a good point. Let's just do this and see if we're actually hitting the. Put the glasses on. Let's go over here. We are going to. Where's the fire power? Let's just go 100%. Oh, it won't let you do a test fire at 100%. 90? Nope. It'll go 11. It won't go over. It doesn't look like it'll go over 20% for a test fire. So I'd have to actually set something up to cut. It won't actually do a test fire at that high. It won't let me. That's probably a good idea. Don't let me do that. Play around with that later. I want to do the Charlie picture engrave, and then probably call it. Okay, so I'm gonna do this on cardboard again, and since we're not cutting through, I'm just gonna set it straight down. I think I'm gonna weigh it down because it is a little. Let's see, what do I have for weight? Where is my? Let's just pick something. Maybe something like this. Still not all the way down, but I think that'll be fine. We're gonna start from there. We're gonna set our height. Something like that. This is pretty heavy. There's just quite a bit of bend to this cardboard. Put that right there. Maybe start about there. Solid fork extrusions. Powers do what on certain materials? Yeah, Kyle, there are test cuts or whatever you can run. to tune for a material. I need to learn how to do that. So let's see. This is done and I really like it. I'm gonna actually use it, but let's delete it. All that work. And let's open, what can we do? Can we open just a JPEG? And we're gonna open Charlie. Move this down to about there. This is what we're going to try to engrave. Now I've done this in Laser Gerbil. Let's figure out how to do it in this. So it is a mode is an image. And don't think we want that, but we can probably go pretty fast. Let's go 1800. And we probably want this to be pretty high. I have no idea how high. I love this photo. I actually do. I was working, getting ready for the Trident release when I took this picture. And the Trident, the purple Trident, was sitting behind me on my little kitchen island stand that I use. And I wasn't paying attention to Charlie, so he jumped up in there and then poked his head out. So I got a good picture. Lightburn has a material test wizard that tests speeds and power configurable in a menu. Perfect. I'm going to play with that. Turn that back on. So we are image that fast. I have no idea what this should be. Let's even bump this up even more so this doesn't take as long. Let's just see what happens. We can always run it multiple times, right? Let me frame it. Oh, that's a big picture. That's bigger than I want it to be. So can I scale this? Yes. Let's make this much smaller. Make sure this is somewhat centered. Might make a great lithophane too. Oh, it might. Ooh, it might make a good full color lithophane. Let's go again. Let's frame this and see how big this is going to be. Let's go even smaller because I don't want it to take forever. So let's try this. It moved the I think it mostly moved the tape measure that I'm using way down the other side. I think we're okay now though. And now let's go to this preview. And does it say how long? Cut distance, total time estimate, 15 minutes. That seems reasonable, right? I don't think, let's see. Is this catching the cardboard as it's moving? No, it's not touching now. I think we're good, so let's go for it. And I think I will use those adjust on the fly features if I need to. So need sheets of low tack double side. Oh yes, that's a good idea. To hold this stuff, hold it down, especially this warped material. Where's my mouse go? There it is. Start. Okay, so now where are the controls for adjusting this? There we are. Oh, we are way too high. Adjust power. Way too high. turning it way down. Yeah, I turned it way down. It's at 30% now. We were at like, what did I set it to, 70 or 60? It's actually looking pretty good now, I think. I can turn the speed up. Here, let's turn the power up and turn the speed up a couple of notches. CA between 2 layers of blue tape. I do that all the time on the MPCNC. The CA between tape works really well. That looks pretty good. I'm gonna let that go. What do you think, John? A little higher on the power or on the speed? Because I think it's reasonably dark. Oh, lost my glasses. I think that's pretty reasonably dark. It doesn't give me a time estimate. It is 11% done and it's been 2 minutes. Blacks don't look very dark. Let's go 10% more on the power then. That's definitely darker. You can see it. I don't see a estimated time remaining in the interface, but I could be missing it. I think that's pretty good. It could potentially use a little more dark, but no F3D assembly for Stealth Burner. That's because it's not designed in Fusion 360. It wasn't designed there. We have designers who use Fusion 360, Inventor, SolidWorks, what is it, Solid Edge, I think FreeCAD even. I'm not sure on that one. That'd probably look good on a wood panel after you've dialed your settings in, for sure. This cardboard is easy to play with. Friendly reminder, make sure you slice your parts with the correct filament profile before printing. PETG doesn't stick good with PLA bed temps. That's true. Welcome back, Derek. Let's design an SCAD. That's why it has all sorts of weird angles. Ooh, to do the math on that for SCAD. Open SCAD. Been going 5 minutes. Tinkercad. I've never opened Tinkercad. Nothing wrong with it. I mean, there's some very quick things you can do in Tinkercad. I just haven't had a need. I haven't found a use case where it's better than what I already do. 3D Studio Max for all your stuff. I haven't looked at 3D Studio Max in probably 20 years. We used to install it for some of our clients at work. This double glasses thing is definitely screwing with my eyes. But I can't read the monitor at all without them, so. Yeah, the STL and Boolean operations, I understand is the strength of Tinkercad. All the glasses, none of the vision. I know. I could go extreme with it and go. And see absolutely nothing. Wave came in late. What is the brand and power of this laser? It's the R Furrow something. It's a 5-watt diode laser. Almost done. Someone told me they had night blindness. I told them I had day blindness. Yeah. Oh, 8.5 minutes on this. I bought a 2 foot by 2 foot plywood, 3/4 inch plywood sheet from Home Depot, and it looks pretty flat. So I'm going to sand it and mount this to that. And then I'm going to probably use the laser to do a 1 centimeter spaced grid across the whole thing, so I can hopefully more easily line stuff up in there. Kind of a laser wasteboard. But I just bought that yesterday, so I didn't have enough time to get it all set up. And I want to make sure that, for sure, when I bolt the frame down to it, it's completely square, perfectly square and good to go. Almost there. Isn't that cool? For what these are, the little diode lasers, making sure that you take care of the safety considerations, because I think it's significant. I know when I was using this before I got the case, I really had to catch myself when I'd go glance over to see how it was doing, because I don't have the glasses on all the time. If you got great eyesight and you can just leave them on, that'd be good, but I can't do that. So I don't have a home, so the grid has no reference, but it will help me line objects up square in the area. So, and then I can use the fire function to find out where on that part I'm gonna start, and then I have a better reference and I can more accurately place engravings and cuts. The eye damage risk concerns me a lot. Absolutely. And that's a key part of this, is that's why I put this enclosure on here and together, and I'm using the glasses. Just, if you're going to do one of these, make sure you take every precaution. You need to find the glasses from Space Cowboys to add magnification and light protection. Yes. If I had some, they would have to be bifocals. I have some bifocal safety glasses. They're like 3 times. I really like my 5 times magnification for close-up work, but almost done. What are we at? 90%. What's the difference between Gerbil and Marlin? Gerbil is pretty basic. I probably should have gone through and looked up Gerbil, and the way the devices are configured is different from anything else. I don't know what else might be similar, but you use those $ commands to configure different aspects of the device. Its range of motion, its maximum, the stepper configuration, all of that is done with those $ commands. So is there a nice smell of burning paper in the garage right now? It's very faint. When I was playing with this before, it was pretty strong, but this ducting that I have set up here is really doing a good job. It's a very faint burning paper smell. Oh, there we go. Oh, my eyes. Should put a fire extinguisher on your shopping list. Yeah, that's absolutely right. Absolutely right. Okay. I need one anyway. That is really neat. You can see down here where we're way too high. And then we increased it about here. We slowly increased it, but here is where we increased it a little. Well, maybe it was here. One of those. Very pleased. Let's clipperize this machine. Hey, Blake. I need a fire extinguisher per garage for sure. The question on what this is, it's the Aufero, AUFERO Laser 2. AUFERO Laser 2 is what this is. Would be cool to use for custom greeting cards. All kinds of uses. I mean, I was talking to my wife. She likes to sew and make quilts and stuff. And I said, you know, we can cut shapes out of cloth, cut intricate shapes if she wants. Or engrave something on like a leather tag. Do a large one after the stream. I'd probably find a piece of wood and do a large one. These are those kids' black scratch cards. Is that like a coded card? You should be able to. Is there a way to add some end stops on there? I'm pretty sure the controller has end stop input, so I should be able to. And then Gerbil, you can add the commands in the right configuration to add those. Can you use this to etch ABS parts? I imagine so. I brought out a piece of ABS. I brought a bunch of materials from the other garage to see, depending on how far we got today. But we're at almost 3.5 hours today. So I think I'm going to wrap it up. Yeah, coated with metal under the black. Those will definitely etch then. Where are you at, Charlie? Charlie, come here. Let's get a little Charlie visit before we go. And what can I do here? Can I? Let's just go ahead and power this thing off. Put this on the end. Move all this stuff around. There we go. Now we can get Mr. Charlie up here for a closing few moments. Do you know if you can accept a C-axis to engrave round objects? I think so. I think it can. So, yeah, Gerbil doesn't have sensorless that I know of. So I hope this was, this was a little different than what I normally do. I hope this was fun. I aside from, and thank you for getting me past it, but aside from the little glitch with not knowing how to configure light burn, looks like, we actually did some stuff, and I am like really pleased with this. That turned out really good. I'm gonna cut this a little tighter, and then I'm just gonna set it somewhere as a reference. Charlie's patch is very faint. It's almost completely gone. He's after the Thunderbolt cable. Turd. It's smell approved. It will. Yeah, $X, that's the key. Now I will figure out, there's probably a setting in here that would have done that for me. So we will, once again, sometime before the next members only stream, I'll make this public. I think that's a good idea. The members only thing is more just a community thing. It's not to block any content. So I'll just make it public later. So. There is, as far as light burn versus laser Gerbil, being able to do these shapes and text and stuff within the program is really nice. So I absolutely, I'll be buying a license of this and using it. But I'll just have to figure out the interface is a little, there's a few spots that I just don't understand. Hi, Voron Noob. One email. Oh, you didn't get, yeah, YouTube notifications are just terrible. I think these are around the $300 to $400 range for these machines. So, if we go, oops, I hit the wrong button. If we go, let's see. Faro Laser 2. Oh, not Auteur. Auteur. This is the device I'm using right here. I don't know that there's anything special about this over other ones out there. They're diode lasers. Some of the specs, but this is what we're using here. Let me just post that in here. So $269. Yeah, they have different tool heads, different laser modules There's one with a longer focus range that's better for cutting. The one I have here is the one that's better for engraving. So, as far as the notifications, I've left the stream on as members only the whole time. I think I messed up some of them last time with the changing it, flipping it back and forth between unlisted and members only. I was talking about Lightburn. It's like 30 if I remember right. The license, the Lightburn license, I think it's $60. But there is today we were using the 30-day trial, and it's fully featured. There's no restrictions. It's just time limited. So if you're interested, if you end up liking what you saw here today and end up buying one of these, please make sure you take all the safety precautions. If you're just using this without the cover, using this with the cover, I felt much more relaxed today. Using it without the cover, when I first got it and plugged it in, there were several times where I caught myself, oh crap, I can't look in that direction. So I didn't use it in between. That just making sure it works, and did a couple of little things and coming in today. I did try something in the other garage, but other than that, just today. I think it's a lifetime license on Lightburn. Let's see. Lightburnsoftware.com. Don't leave it unattended. This is fire you're dealing with. This is burning fire. There we are. Buy Lightburn. Choose the version of Lightburn. So the G-code license key. Lightburn. I don't see anything about time limited or per year. Oh, it unlocks the version of software for permanent use and allows installing on up to 2 computers. With a year of updates, okay. So if they come out with a version that you think you need the features of, you buy it again, or is there, there's a renew your license. Renew your existing Lightburn key for support. So $30. Okay. No upgrades after 1 year. Got it. That makes sense. So with that, tomorrow we're going to work on the Ender 3 to switch wire conversion, which is going well. Part of that will be a full Stealth Burner and Clockwork 2 assembly. I haven't covered that on channel because I intentionally didn't want to pass the initial announcement. So I've been waiting for the release to do that assembly. So that's what's going to go on this printer. So we're going to do the assembly of that and then continue working to make progress on that being built. I'm hoping the entire series will be about 3 streams. So, yeah. It reminds me I need to spend renewing ZMax Optics Design Tool annual support. Thanks for the reminder. 17,000 is nothing compared to some of the software I renew at work. So yeah, I feel the high dollar software. We renew quite a few specialized engineering and analysis and surveying and software that gets into the 5 and 6 figure range. Tomorrow is my normal time, so it's 10 a.m. Pacific. That's why I try to keep that 10 a.m. time for the because we have folks from the worldwide audience here, so I try to respect that. So. ANSYS costs more than that. Yep, we used to have licenses of ANSYS. We dropped it for another product. I don't remember what product though. So, afraid I won't make tomorrow's stream. We'll catch the video afterwards. That's fine, Derek. So with that, thank you again. Really, thanks for being members. It's fun. The little extra community aspect is a good thing. So I will see most of you, all of you, most of you tomorrow. Have a good rest of your day. Bye.